So, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be sharing how to record the EVF of your mirrorless camera. Now, this works for Canon cameras. I'm not sure about other mirrorless cameras, but I imagine it'll work just the same nevertheless. So, what you will need, obviously, is your camera, for one. We've got this lens mounted on here. I'm going to be mounting it to a tripod and stuff, so I'm going to use my little Swiss adapter for the tripod and just get this all connected up so that you can see on the tripod and everything. But in all honesty, really think that this is a great thing to do and a great thing to have in your arsenal when it comes to looking back at EVF footage and different things like that. What you will also need is a HDMI to USB-C cable, obviously to connect your Android or your iPhone up to the HDMI cable that will be coming out of the camera. Now, I am obviously using the Canon R7, and that only has a micro HDMI to output with. So what that means is that I need to use a micro HDMI cable. As you can see there, we've got a coiled one just because it enables me to stretch it out quite well, but also it tightens itself back up, and that means that it can be very good for compact storage, as you can see right here. So you can just coil it up and that's all good. On the other end of this coiled micro HDMI cable is a HDMI cable. And what you need to do is to mount or to connect the HDMI to the HDMI on this as an input. So that you now have a micro HDMI to USB-C cable. Of course, you also need your smartphone, whether that be an Android or an iPhone, doesn't really matter. And then you connect the two up. Now, one thing that you will be thinking is, well, how do you make sure your phone stays in place, in the right place, so you can see it at all times if you're going to be using it as the viewfinder? So that's where this little plate on top comes in, the hot shoe mount, and this little adapter that I have right here. So this obviously can just slide right in. You tighten this down, and now that is not going to move anywhere. Now, you can also get a small rig and different things, also do like cages with these things on, so you can actually connect everything up really easily. But for me personally, I didn't want to spend the money on the small rig stuff. I just wanted to try it and see what it was like. So anyway, you connect your micro HDMI to your camera like so. So that's now connected. And then you connect the other end to your phone as seen here. So now what I'll do is I'll pick the thing up. You can just see now that that is now mounted there, and we've got the camera or the phone mounted to the top of the camera really easily. So that now is how this looks. Now, if you wanted to do video through this and not actually record the EVF or whatever, this mount works for that too. I've used it quite a lot in the past. I'll put some video up on that right now. Three. And the other thing is, all of the stuff that's being used here, I will link in the description to Amazon, because that's where I bought the stuff from. And now we're going to mount this on the tripod, so you've got a stable image out the window of what I can see through the viewfinder on this camera, and we'll actually record the viewfinder footage on an app on the phone. It already has a screen recording app, so I'm able to basically take that screen recording and put it on the screen for you guys so you can see what's going on. So the mic's gonna potentially go a little bit quieter because I'm going to be turned away from it, but I'm going to try and get it as far over this way as possible. So as you can see now, we have the phone mounted on top, and we have the EVF viewpoint here. So if I just click that, we open the USB camera app, it will now start recording the footage, or it will open the viewfinder on here. it seems to be having a little bit of a problem. I don't know why. Yes, just once. So now we can see that that is now locked on. So obviously you can see there was a bird flying around there. Where are we? Screen recorder. Record. So now I'm actually recording the EVF footage, and you can see that now if I move around it's really, really nice and smooth. But also if I lock onto something or I change one of the settings on the camera, you can actually see that obviously it's changing the exposure and different things. If I take a picture, it's actually doing that. You can see it all in the background. And if I just go across, you can see other parts of the frame being locked onto, and you can see absolutely everything within the viewfinder, which is great because that's what we're kind of after here. This is what we were wanting to happen. We wanted to be able to view the viewfinder through our phone, and you can see right here exactly how that works. So obviously when I take pictures, it takes a picture as it would normally, and you can see if I put my hand here, you can see that it's obviously having an effect. So you can see exactly through the camera and through your phone exactly what the camera is seeing. And obviously I'm recording the viewfinder on the screen of the phone via the screen recording app that I have on the phone. So that means that I can record any EVF footage. I can go in and change any of the settings and everything like that, and just go through and get rid of all this stuff or whatever I want to do. If I want to preview an image I've taken, I can go through and it will all be there on the back of the camera, on the back of the phone. If I want to zoom into this, obviously this was a picture taken yesterday. You can see that if I want to, I can do pretty much everything on the back of the camera that you would normally do, but it will appear on the back of the phone as it should normally. So that's awesome, and that is pretty much it. If you want to do the same sort of thing, then you definitely can, and it enables you to have this much bigger viewfinder for people that are having issues looking at the viewfinder, or people that are struggling to actually see through the viewfinder or anything like this, or if they're using the screen on the back of the camera and it isn't big enough, you can now take a smartphone size and make that screen bigger so you can view it. So this is a really good thing. I've seen people actually hook tablets and stuff up to them, and I think that's a bit much, but honestly, if you really are struggling to see things, it's a really good, cheap, economical way to do it without paying thousands of pounds for one of them monitors that you can buy that will actually allow you to view with the monitor and the viewfinder. This is a very cheap way of doing it that works for those people that need a quick way of doing something that's going to allow them to enable that larger image and to enable them to be able to see things a little bit better at a distance. Because even me, myself, I wear contact lenses. If I don't have them in, I do struggle sometimes to see things. And even with them in, it can be very difficult to spot something that's miles and miles away. So, you know, this is a really good way of doing that. And especially if it's on, as you can see here, if it's on a tripod, as you can see like that, and it's very, very easy to actually utilize, then why not make the most of it? Why not, you know, utilize that, put it on a tripod, have lots of different good ways of being able to take images or video, whichever you want. If you've got a gimbal head and you've got a tripod, this is a really good way to go because you can see everything on the back of the screen. You don't really need to have to reposition yourself or anything like that. You can just move the tripod whenever you need to, which is great. So, hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like it and subscribe. And I will leave links, like I said, to all the products used in this video down below in the description so that you can go and buy those things as well. If you do buy any of these products, it will give me a small kickback. It is an affiliate link. So thank you if you do purchase anything through those links. But if not, Doesn't matter. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video and learned something from it. And if you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one.